everybody. It's Friday and look what I've got. A whole bunch of goodies today. So I'm going to move some of these out of the way and we'll just pick one and get started. We'll do you. Okay, let me get centered here. There we go. All right, pull my chair up. Much better. Okay, this first one, they're all cloth journals as you saw. And this one measures 7 by, looks like 4 3/4. No? Yeah, 4 3/4. And a long time ago, I used to make jewelry before my hands got really bad. And not a long time ago, several years ago. And we did shows and stuff and displayed it. And I had some leftover pieces, so I used some of the brooches that I've made on these journals. And this one, it's a piece of filigree here, and this is a piece of recycled bracelet, I think, and it's got a little bird. And I put a bow here in seam binding with some lace. It's got this really nice thick cover to it that I really like to use. And there's the spine. It's textured, nice and textured here, and I sewed around it. And I let the inside lining stick out. It's got a lace closure. We're going to go inside. The lace has been coffee dyed. And there goes Sammy. And on the inside, I've got a lace pocket here. And like I said, this was a napkin, and I let it stick over. I just like the ruffle. I didn't want to lose the ruffle. And on the inside here, we've got I made some more notepads, and they're larger than the last batch. So we've got some notepads in here. Got a little booklet. This has got a bird theme, as you can tell probably. And this is like a little mini booklet, and it's got a real pretty old-fashioned bird cage on it. And a little mini pocket here with a little, looks like a quail possibly, a little bitty lace pocket. And coffee dyed papers. And there's the back. I'll put those back later. This has got an embroidery here that was in the corner of the napkin. I thought it was really pretty, so I left it. Over here, I took some gold ribbon and then I sewed over it with some brown thread, and I like that combination. It kind of toned down the brightness of the gold. Oh, let me get this. Hold on just a second. Y'all got to see this. If I can find it. Of course I'm not ready. Man, what did I do with it? Excuse me, Sammy. Okay, sorry about that, but I really want to show this to you because it's so cool. These pages came out of this book. Isn't this delightful? It's a songbook. Now, these are the pages that I'll use some more of. I don't like to waste. And it's May 1935. I got this in an estate sale. Got a bunch of old songs in it, but look at the nice vintage edges and color. So this is what I used throughout this book, this journal. It's just yumminess. So I'm running out of space on my desk. I'll stick him over here. But anyway, I took the pages out of that, and I inked the edges, and then I put a place for journaling here. Small page on a dictionary page here with a little spot to journal on both sides, and then stitched around. Over here is a real pretty vintage bird. I have a book that's got tons of these pictures in them, and I used some of them. Some of these came off of Pinterest. And over here's a pocket with a piece of ephemera in the back. And a pretty bird. It's a orchard oriole. And a paper flower and some more of that vintage paper with a journaling card that's been stitched around. It's got that heavy thread, so it's a little textured. You can feel it. It's nice. And lace running down the side. And then I stitched on this side. I've got a lot of ephemera in this book that, you know, you can write on the back. Some more birds with the gold with the stitching. Isn't that delightful? It's just, I just love that. All the, I don't know if you call that a hymnal or, because it wasn't religious. It had other things in it. Some stitching here. More of that embroidery. Over here's a pocket with some birds. And I ran this music paper throughout. Got some seam binding here with 2 journaling cards. Got all new cards in my stash. Been a busy little bee. Trying to get caught up. Anything that was a bird that I had, I probably stuck it in here. That's an old vintage calling card that they used to, when they'd stop by somebody's house, like in the 17th, 18th century, things like that, they would put a card in there with their name on it to let people know that they came by. They put it in a tray. Some more ephemera, some more birdies. It's got lots of journaling places, but it's also heavily decorated, so I really like it, how it came out. Another ephemera. Oh, Sammy says hello. She's on it today, isn't she? Some stitching there. More ephemera. Little postcard here with the gold with the brown stitching. I like it. It's got a good feel to it. I like it. Over here's a nest with some little eggs. I left some of them blank because, and you'll see in one of my other journals that I did, you know, you can do overkill. I happen to like when it's chock full of goodies, but, you know, because I will write over these things, but some people don't. So I left plenty of room in this one for journaling. Here's another birdie with a clock and some more of that music paper with some stuffed coffee dyed papers. This is a lined paper. Again, it's got those calling cards that I put on it. Y'all know I do some of my own graphics for my journals. I'm not the best at it, but I like doing it. Bird's nest, or nest and eggs. Isn't that cute? Little robin feeding the babies. And it's got just a strip. I try to use every little piece, y'all, that I get and put it somewhere. So I don't like to waste anything if it can be used. So if it's on my table, more than likely it gets put in the journal somehow. And of course, here are the snippets. That's a pretty batch, pretty colors of coffee dyed paper. You know, different papers take to the coffee differently. And some lace running down the side with the embroidery and some stitching. A little tag, the journal, a little something. You may want to put a photo here and write a little something, or vice versa. More ephemera, little bluebirds with a nest and the music paper. Isn't that a pretty nest image? That's really pretty. More ephemera. And here's some more birds with a pocket and a rosette and some sari silk, and behind it is a stitched piece of coffee dyed paper with lines on it. Newspaper in the back. Another pretty birdie. There's the back, and in this back pocket, I put an envelope, and it does have coffee dyed paper in it for writing a letter. If I can get it back in here, my fumbly fingers. I just can't hold the little pieces to make jewelry anymore, so I had to quit. I really loved it. Here's a little booklet. Some lace on the back. Little pretty birdies on the front. And he just fits right down in there. That's a real pretty lace. And there's the back again. Isn't that neat how that just peeps over? I double stitched here so it would stand out more in the white. And here's the front again with the little birdie. I want to thank y'all so much for being here. It's going to be a big Friday for me with all these journals to show you, because I really am excited about this group. So I will see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.